I'm not saying, I ain't saying, I'm not saying that just to give people a pass to just be like slutty, nasty ass people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if people knew that God would accept you anyway, regardless of the person you are, I feel like if that would be more effective than trying to make people look like this fucking angel and saint that's never did anything. And that's how you gotta be to serve God. It's like, man, y'all, it's 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 setting up, it's setting up the, it's setting it up to fail, bro. If that's the depiction of who you have to be in order to serve God, we're never gonna win because you got people who doing what they doing in these streets as a means just to make a living and eat, and they want to change their life maybe, but it's like the way Christianity and serving God is set up, it's like a nigga feel like he can't even come to church. You know what I'm saying? He feel like he can't even come around church people because they're gonna judge him for what he do. And it's like, oh, bro, like I understand. I know what it's like to have to sell drugs and shit to eat. I understand that. So it's like, who am I to judge when I done been in them situations and I done been in his shoes before? It's like you got people who've never been in that situation based on that homosexual shit to fall back on. So it's like, okay, I don't look down on that man because he rather take or sell drugs to eat instead of doing sexual favors for a nigga and lying about it so somebody could do something for him. I ain't against that man. I ain't gonna tell him, oh, you can't serve God because it's. I understand that when you refuse, when you refuse one way of lifestyle, you still have to eat, you still have to provide, you still have to live. So, hey, if his means of providing for himself happen to be selling drugs instead of being a homosexual liar, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If he decide he want to take from people instead of engaging in homosexuality, I'm all for that. So I wouldn't look at him no way because of his line of work based on the decisions he chooses to make as a respectable man and wanting to be who he say he is. I don't have nothing. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't have nothing against it, and I don't see nothing wrong with it because at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to feel like you're forced to do that shit just to make it in this world. But that's the way they set this shit up to be. Like they make it like if you ain't that, you ain't gonna be shit. That's how they make it to feel. Like if you ain't that and you don't surrender to that, you don't have a chance at being successful in this world or making an impact or um let's say if you got a dream to do something like I ain't I don't want to I don't want to push the narrative of being like entertainers and shit, but I'm just saying let's say that's your dream or whatever. Like they literally try to make it like being homosexual is the only way it's gonna happen, or that's like the requirement for any of that shit to take off. And it's like I don't rock with that shit. You got to be better than everybody else. I feel like, but I feel like ain't nobody gonna give those people a chance because people too busy benefiting off of the fact that they can get a sexual favor they want out the deal and call it business, and boom, they kill two birds with one stone. When in the end, all they're gonna do is fuck you over anyway, based on what you don't know about how business works. When you do business like that, like it's not good business. It's business that it's business set up for you to lose. But people who ain't never had shit, or you tell a nigga, oh, I'm gonna give you 30, $40,000, and they ain't never had no substantial amount of money in their life, and all they gotta do is some shit they gonna do and willing to lie about it. Man, that shit look like a win to them. But it's like, hell no. It gotta be. We need other. We need other people in play, bro, that don't move like that. That's gonna um, change change the narrative and the way things are done. So there could be another example set that doesn't involve somebody providing sexual favors for a motherfucker to do something for you. I said what I said. It's all some shit.